Alright, we're going back in time to read the story again. Max, that earthquake blocked the road back to the castle. We'll have to take the northern pass and fight our way through. Alright, I'm worried about Guardiana. Everyone prepare for battle. Look, those fools from Guardiana have returned from the gate. No one enters until Lord Cain finds what he's looking for. Don't let anyone through. Arr. Arr. Guessing Ruinfoss is full of pirates. Alright, here's the second battle in Shining Force. You need to clear it in 12 rounds, if you didn't see it before, to get the demibuster. That's a sword that Max can use and other people who can use swords, which we've got, I think, 2 people here that can use swords. These goblins right here in the front, they'll form a little area around the walking space that you have, so make sure that you put your best hitters in front so you can take them out in one hit. Hopefully, if you can, I'm sure you'll have them down, have them killed by round 2 or so, or round 3. I messed up and I wasn't able to do it quick enough myself, but I still beat this map before time ran out. And when I say beat, I mean I killed everything. It was all dead. See, like what they're doing right now, they're blocking the area. If that character wasn't there, like the axe guy, that goblin still probably will block the road anyway. He's got a name, I'll think of it. I'm just gonna call him Gort Jr. Oh, you know what? It's Luke. As always, have your healers heal so they can get that 10 experience, especially if you know you're not going to need them. And I know I'm not going to need them because, well, my characters are level 5 and up, and these guys are like level 3 and 4. Even the knights are pathetic, and they're off on in places like roads where they don't get any extra defense or anything. There's going to be one more battle using this map, so if you're tired of seeing this place, you're going to have to see it one more time. The next battle is going to have something really annoying, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Some things that you might want to know about this area, because, you know, during battle scenes, this is when I can tell you about things, since there's no there's no talking to be read. Let's see, in Guardiana, you can push a crate into a guy, but you don't actually get to see it hitting him. You can also meet Simone in Guardiana, or however you say it. She's in a house, you know that straight area that goes all the way up to the castle and leads right out the front gate? If you go to the player's left, at the first house that you can find on that street, it's past the church, and you go inside that house right there. She's in there and she talks about having a terrible dream. It's actually pretty cool. I like how they stuck her in there. I don't remember meeting the witch in Shining Force 2, but we'll get to that later. I love that move. It's awesome. One of the only reasons to keep that guy around. I actually used him like throughout a full game. It doesn't matter if you keep him in, you can still win. Even if you don't do any grinding. He's not that bad, it's just you'll get better ones later on. Especially healers. Like, his magic points are so pathetic that it's hard for him to keep up. And then other healers are like, they've got like area affecting spells and stuff. They're way better. So yeah, that's what you can find in Guardiana. For the most part, everything else is kind of boring. You can meet Gort after this battle and get him, which we're gonna do. He's a secret character. He's not mandatory. Once you get Gort, you can go to his house, which is past Simone's on the left, and get Gort's card for the. It's kind of like a tarot card for Moloch. So that's cool because Gort is like a powerhouse early on in the game. Like I said, you get better characters, but you could probably keep him in your team like all the way through. Well, what am I saying probably? I do it like every time I play this. I'll even keep him over Luke. He's that cool. Let's see, what else? After this, you go to, I think, Altarion. I'll figure it out once we get there. There's a witch, not a witch, but a fortune teller there. And we're going to be reading some lines from her because she becomes important later on. Like, I don't think you have to talk to her. And we're going to need to talk to the king, and then the king is going to do some stuff, and then we'll be doing the last battle for this area. It's on a different map though, so you won't have to worry about seeing this again. Oh yeah, you can bait these little monster guys. Just set like someone out there with a lot of defense, and then they'll go over and attack them. And then you can bring in your magicians and bow people and your knights and whatnot to kill them off. This way they're closer, so you know. If you got someone with high defense out there, probably Luke, it'd be a good idea to lure them over to you so you can take them out quicker. I mean, if you want that demibuster, face it, the best weapon in the game, you know, they took out most of the other weapons anyway. So far we haven't even had to heal anyone, and not going to need to because, well, I level grinded. That's what happens when you level grind. Make sure that you level grind so it fits your difficulty level. That's your way of choosing the difficulty for this game. It all depends on how much you're willing to level up. But you know, that's kind of like with most RPGs. An RPG will be really hard if you're like at level 1 and you're fighting like you're halfway through the game already and shit like that. And then it's like really super easy if you're at like level 100 and you're fighting the first boss. Of course that changes with certain games. Final Fantasy VIII, it'd be really stupid to get to level 100 before you fight the first boss. I mean, you could do it and still beat the game, but it's not like you're making it easier for yourself. This is a very long video. After this area, the next area is going to have one of my favorite soundtracks in this game. I prefer the soundtrack, like all the songs from the soundtrack of Shining Force 2. But this one has some pretty good ones that I like listening to. There's one in a carnival, and then we're gonna meet Kane soon. I like his theme song. Kane's gonna become an important character, and in the original game, I hated him because I'd get to his level and he'd end up de-souling like everybody, and I always hated that. Especially since that's right when you get a certain cool character, really cool flying character that we'll talk about when that character shows up. I don't want to ruin it for anybody who's never played this game, but it's probably one of the coolest characters in this game. It ranks right up there with a certain chicken thingy that we're going to be meeting in Shining 2. That one's not, I mean, it's, if you've heard of Shining Force 2, you've probably heard of the chicken thingy by now. You'll see once we start playing that game. The chicken thingy is better though, and I'll tell you when we get to that game, like why he's better and all that. As you can see, these goblins just don't want to die. Like, that one was down to only 1 health left. Jerk, he should just died off. I always gotta play it the hard way. And already halfway through the turns, this is where I just kind of started pushing my my faster characters forward so they can catch up to the knights. On a side note, if you kill all the goblins, then the knights will start moving forward. So, you know, if you want the knights to start moving forward sooner, you should avoid the dwarves and go straight for the goblins. That way, you know, around turn 6, they're closer and you won't have to worry about hurrying like I had to do. Magic becomes very important in this game, so make sure you're leveling up your magicians. There's no reason not to. I mean, they've got like area effects, they've got long range effects, they've got long range area effects. It's not like you have to get them right there in front of people to start shooting things. Although sometimes it works to your advantage to do that. Magicians will become like very important, especially later on in the game when you're fighting like giant android shit thingies that you can't do shit to them with your melee attacks, well, depending on your level. And you're like running through a bunch of forests, so your knights are just horrible and shitty, and why did you even keep them in your party? Because, yeah, they really make the knights suck in this one. Because if you, like, made a team full of knights, you would take forever on a certain level that we'll get to later. When I say later, it's like way later. You will pretty much be using all flying characters if you want to get to the inn fast enough. Although with the levels I'm getting, I have a feeling that my characters are going to be so like buffed up by then that it won't be too much of a problem. But I'm just saying, you know, expect like 2 videos of just that fight. Well, this battle draws to an end. What to expect from the next one? A lot less time trying to get through it. There won't be a lot of mountains or trees in our way. We have a clear-cut road that we can just walk through. And luckily, we'll have a few battles like that coming up, except for a desert. But that's later on. I think the biggest problem we're gonna have later is bats. And bats will be coming soon, and they're just as annoying in this game as they are in others. You'll find out why they're annoying, like when we get there. We still gotta go through some town cutscenes before we'll go on to the next fight, so yeah, be prepared for that. Lots of excitement in the cutscenes and the towns and whatnot. There is no reason for Low to be at a low level. You can seriously just spam his heal if you don't need him. See, now those knight guys aren't even really doing any damage. Kinda have to feel sorry for them, they worked so hard. Now they're reduced to nothing. See, that was a close one. And a level up. Nice. That was a close one. I almost didn't get the demibuster. but I got it. Max, the enemies have been wiped out, but I fear for Guardiana. Come, we must hurry.